Preface in 7 parts from Poems for Susan by Arthur L. Wood. On those first drugs I ever took, in fields with friends when I was young, with dances of delight and song, and shimmers by the aching brook, that long and weary journey through a world of new sensations sweet, nervous in the dizzying heat, obliterating on the dew. Those heights attained, the faint sunshine, the sounds of air, that touch of love, that froth of beer, the blessings of the universe and joy, all mine. The laughing breeze, the squalid games, the picnic dinner, bread and jam, the pressure on the diaphragm, the dozen oft-forgotten names, the scent of roses in the hair, the scent of smoke she would expire, every time our tongues grew drier, gasping in the evening air. The bodies proud in topless glee, the future ever unremarked, as by the brook our comrades larked, devouring reality. Sipping nature's calming brew, smiling on the reeling stroll, slurring pleasure in the soul, falling for the skies to view. The cinema of endless space in the ken of drunken minds, while thought and promise of mankind's was veiled in vision of their race. The freedom felt on England's grass, the splash across the ancient order, over fair lawn's cosmic border, felt but once, soon too would pass. Those visions I could never learn, tasted in that bitter fruit. They melted with the absolute upon the morning's cold return. Strings of sadness, songs of woe accompanied my later trials. As day by day I lost those smiles, what I then knew was now let go. And death was absent for a while in solipsistic country walks, in self-responding lonesome talks, between each sun-baked country stile. And several years in loathsome tread, I sought the knowledge of my earth, forgot the power of that mirth, that fiery blaze beyond the head, forgot the dumb and dazzling things, forgot the truth that kiss revealed, forgot the hum my heart concealed, forgot the power of my wings, forgot the bliss beside the stream, the demigods who died in time, remembered only in this rhyme, and mixed with terrors in the dream. I went with half-deserted faith through schools and friendships weak as snow, that sweep where'er the breezes blow, with gaunt expression, like a wraith, and twice or thrice I oft forget. I held a knife and slit my arm. I longed for some enchanted calm, and shook in midnight's fearful sweat. I struck in anger, sunk in fear, and said, my life is overworn. I wish I never had been born. I wish to easily disappear, to pitch my tent and leave it all, alone, away from all the harm, and memories etched upon my arm, away from this incoming call. Away from earth, I hate this beat, this coldness for the art and touch. And now it has become too much. I feel the strong hand of defeat. When I attempt to father me, and tend my heart with watchful care, yet grow my soul detached from fear, a sturdy, bounteous blossom tree. I do not know which harsh reproof to choose to punish wild deeds like these. For should one kill the weeds one loves, or let them grow aloof? Or water them with daily love, and feed them with the rich manure? For they may germinate the cure, revealing worlds in times above. I darted from one crazy scene unto the next like Rimbaud's ghost. Then on that frightful night, almost lost what came, and what has been. Unlike the poppy's sweet resolve, which beats the world and makes it ranker, tapestries were in the canker, and time slept with the pills dissolve. To paint a picture of this thought were grasping air, mere futile verse. It was a horror most perverse. It shattered everything to naught. To this experience I've no words, no hard advice. For hell I saw, yet left the loop with newfound awe, to sing in beauty with the birds. William Blake now churned my brain. I stared at fairy lands in trees, negotiated peace treaties with ants and men, and with each grain I flew into infinities, with memories of flightful ones, yet Hamlet-like, each nightmare runs for 7 hours with Hecates. Thus life exploded in a charm, a vision of a world without, a purpose lost in endless doubt. A medicine it was, a balm. With morning's sensual whispering, I left the wicked savage forms, and cruel majestic spiteful storms, to rise and hear all nature sing. Though sight was tainted with the screech of hell reverbing every night, in day I saw angelic light, for long impossible to reach. I found my soul in lands forlorn, saw noises in the slow retreat of day, and grasslands rich to eat, and those enlightened fields of corn, identical to feelings lost, transporting through the lightning maze of memories, those younger days, a person on the Pentecost. Again it flows in peaceful sound, and lies serenely on the bough, and beams across the halcyon now, and spins the sacred ball around. Yet where the fountains shrink the stone, and sickly sunshine bakes the flower, and gravity erodes the tower, and mammals die and rot to bone, where dreams depart in dewy morning, and birds of prey survey the land, and pebbles scatter into sand, my worried soul released this warning. See that aqueduct in Spain. If any evil-tempted hand should steal one stone, she would not stand. So thou art vulnerable to pain. So thou art shaken by the awe thou sawest in time's revolving cell. And now thou comprehends the hell, thermodynamics' second law. Thou needest faith in life beyond, a guide on earth to say to thee, thy dreams, my dear, matter to me. Our hearts are one eternal bond. My soul was clear and carried far, and purposed like the Argonaut, while travelling on the winds of thought from hills of California. Her matching flight with instant haste travelled o'er Atlantic Sea to England's clean topography, when precipiced our looks embraced. I upon the wild ocean, she among the stratosphere. Our sight, like strings the puppeteer twines to gift the lifeless motion. Then she had appeared, this holy woman of my soul, and drawn toward her soft control, with hesitance and awe I neared. I stopped and let my sails be furled before her like those things of dust that quiver ere the fickle gust blows them round the pendant world. And bearing my reopened chest, brave Odysseus-like I stood, vulnerable to shed my blood, to beauty's form, myself addressed. Like heedful waves toward the shore, or eyes upon the shooting star, my faculties fixated are on a woman I adore. Like thirst toward the crystal spring, or Byron to the tanned Cadiz, magnetized toward her is my soul and longing for to sing. I feel this pulse inside excite my leaping heart to bow and bless this beauty with a kind caress, and 'tis for thee I ask to write. She sighed, Dear man, I understand, and oped the valve of all my songs. To judges' eyes, her deeds were wrongs. To Puritans, all love is banned. Now physically I tramp alone, o'er Kentish weald and loneliest land, yet clasping mine is Susan's hand, and I can hear her every moan, and I can feel her coming to, in quickened steps, and even hear the dripping of a joyous tear gushing in the glistening blue. She walks with me all afternoon. We tame the deer, regain their trust. She sees the body's naked rust, reflected in the crumbling moon. I sit in bliss and write my poem, and view the fluid vacant vale, and sip my secret English ale, and build my future lover's home. I am possessed by something new, a glimmer like that youthful day, but stronger with a brighter ray, and my beautiful love is too. 'Tis she that brings it, 'tis her sighs, 'tis her spirit and her grace, her sparkling eyes, her elegant face, the gentle flirting of her thighs, the stories of her youthful flair, in London with all anarchy, down sadder roads of destiny, to nuclear Nebraskan air, 100 heart-revealing lines, or what she terms her squandered past, her mortal stops and earthly cast revolve my head like summer wines, her thoughts and prowess of the mind, her movements in the spirit realm, her everything doth overwhelm my life, and through her love I find the truth of fairies in the wood, the dances in the midday breath, the happy lands of tantric death, the overriding force of good. With coaxing words she sends her thought, her fine commands to sing aloud, to further shun the madding crowd, so life would not be lived for naught, when after earth her soul would fly, and she would hear me upward cast, then dive and dance and cry, at last our hearts entwine, at last ally, before the final sickly boat wafts us o'er the wave of sense, where past is turned to future tense, and love is one immortal note. I've sailed upon the phantom ship, and sucked yon verge's sweeter zest, to beg my bondage, for to rest once more, to take one final trip, to repossess my finest guise, and fly upon the dragon's back, and give my love what he doth lack, and with my love to make him wise. Thus here I am, thy love in death, thy love come forth to make thee whole. Together let us lose control, and shudder each exhaling breath. Come, my love, and live with me, between these pleaching trees and shade the body by this verdant glade, and hear of glories yet to be. Again it blooms upon thy heart. I sprinkle feelings half divine, and speak in secrets down the spine, and offer up my gaping art, and thou canst trace my legs and hips, and ghost across my gorgeous breast, and enter here to take thy rest, and kiss my neck, and kiss my lips, and I can feel the holy hours build with restless ecstasy, and thus it feels, thus I am free, and love in life, in death is ours.